welcome back to BFFL. Shut up. We're trying to be serious now, okay? Alright, we're being adults now. Are we though? No. Welcome back to BFFL's Audio Files. On this episode, we are going over our G book. Not G-Spot, G-Book. And we are doing Gild by Raven Kennedy. It is the first book of the Plated Prisoner series. It is available on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know how much it is because I forgot to look it up. If it's not, slacker. Yeah, if you don't have to pay you. Okay, so the description is, the Fae abandon this world to us, and the ones with power rule. Gold. Gold floors, gold walls, gold furniture, gold clothes, and Highbell in the castle built into the frozen mountains, everything is made of gold. Even me. King Midas rescued me, dug me out of the slums, and placed me on a pedestal. I'm called his precious, his favored. I'm the woman he gold-touched to show everyone that I belong to him, to show how powerful he is. He gave me protection, and I gave him my heart. And even though I don't leave the confines of the palace, I'm safe. Until war comes to the kingdom and a deal is struck. Suddenly, my trust is broken, my love is challenged, and I realize that everything I thought I knew about Midas might be wrong, because these bars I'm kept in, no matter how gilded, are still just a cage. But the monster on the other side might make me wish I'd never left. The myth of King Midas reimagined, the compelling adult fantasy series, is as addictive as it is unexpected. With romance, intrigue, and danger, the gilded world of Auria, I was saying Auria in my mind, the gilded world of Auria will grip you from the very first page. Please note, this book contains explicit content and darker elements, including mature language, violence, and non-consensual sex. It is not intended for anyone under the age of 18 years old. This is book 1 in a series. The content warnings are rape, sexual assault, and sexual violence.
I think I would like to argue and say that violence in and of itself is also part of it. Probably blood.
Yeah.
Gruesome death, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's spicy.
It's spicy. So, reviews. That's what I was doing. First of all, I would like to say, description, way too long.
It is, yeah. I'm sitting there like, okay, like I had to scroll down my computer screen, and I have a pretty big monitor.
That's a lot. That's too much.
It was a lot.
Which is why I don't read the blurb. Anyways,
I know, like, we never read the blurb until we're sitting here recording, and we're like, oh, that's what it says.
Yeah, like, no, I'm glad I don't read the blurb for some books, because some books, they're just giving it all away. It's basically like, what are you leaving to the imagination?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
Put some clothes on.
Yeah, right? Reviews. Storygraph, the average rating on that is a 3.46. The lowest rated review that I put on there, because there was a couple of DNFs, but I picked this one because it's 0.25. Really, really low. Lack of decent character development with a plot that doesn't seem to go anywhere. Things just happen to the character, but it's incites?
In insight or hindsight, maybe? In hindsight?
INCITES. Insights?
Oh, it incites. Okay, it creates, pretty much, isn't the word for that, I think.
Okay, well anyways. No empathy. Sex scenes are just glanced over, not fantastic. The only detailed sex screen... Homegirl, you don't know how to type. The sex scene was the rape, which I'm not a fan of. No real goals from the main character, and a little underwhelming in regards to her personality. Author's favorite phrases were eyes as big as plates, and on the bright side. The 5-star rating I picked from this one says, really good. Total ACOTAR vibes.
Oh, I thought you said Avatar, and I was like, no, but yeah, Court of Thorns and Roses, yes.
And moving on to Goodreads, average rating on that is a 3.6. The 1-star review that I picked says, if you ask me what I just read, I don't think I could tell you. Shrug emoji. 5-star read I picked was, why did I wait so long to start this series? Why? My god, does Raven Kennedy know how to write fantasy? There's so much intrigue, plot twists, and stunning reveals throughout this entire series. Also, the slow and very realistic coming into power of the main characters is just chef kiss. Seriously, if you haven't read this one and you like fantasy, this is a must read. Amazon, the average rating on that is 4 stars, actually. Perfect 4. The 1-star I picked says, well, like the bolded part, like I guess the title of it, if you can't stomach non-consensual vibes, this book is not for you. I really had a terrible time reading this one because there are non-consensual things happening and the way the women are treated is abysmal. My friends say if I can make it past book 1, things get better, but it was a tough read. And the 5-star, I read this book in one sitting. Despite being made entirely of gold, is it Auren?
Oren? I read it as Oren.
whatever it is super relatable and lovable. I want to start the second book already, but I'm still mulling over what happened in the first one. LOL. That's it.
Okay, James.
James!
There's some spoilers coming up, sweetie. You better cover your ears.
So, this book is not PG.
No.
No, I cannot stress that enough. When the author said nobody under the age of 18, she meant
no one under the age of 18.
Under the age of 18, yeah. So, the very first scene, it starts with a happy, fun cuddle party.
Cuddle party?
Yeah, an orgy, pretty much. And it was basically, she was in a cage watching the king get it on with, like, I think it was 7, 8 other people? 6 other people?
It was 6, and that's part of my first note. His lucky number is 6, and that's sus.
I didn't realize that was his lucky number.
It's his lucky number, that's why. It is, that's why he has 6 people with him in his orgy. He has 6, basically sex
counting
slaves.
him, or
no?
Yeah, they're sex slaves, quote unquote. They're like very well taken care of. They're like
debatable, but okay.
They're fed and clothed, and they're not homeless.
But their main purpose is to just be there and serve him.
Yeah.
And like dance around.
Yeah, they're called saddles in this series.
I hate that.
I hated it too, yeah, because he's like, I want to ride a saddle, and I'm like, girl, no, not girl, boy, no. King Midas, a king with gold touch, obviously, has saddles, which are essentially on-call prostitutes. I believe it said somewhere he has 12, but could be wrong. He has several. Doesn't he have a lot, and he just swaps them out?
Saddles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he doesn't use, Oren. It's Auren. I always, like, in my mind, I said, like, Auren, kind of like Lauren without an L. So, Oren. Because that's exactly how Lauren is spelled. It just doesn't have the L. So, I always, like, in my mind, I was like, Oren.
I was gonna say, can we just call her, like, Auburn or something?
Yeah,
like...
Auburn. Yeah, Auburn. So, like, yeah, she's, like, his favorite saddle, but, like, he doesn't use her.
But the reason why she's his favorite saddle is because she's made of gold.
Yeah.
But I have 2 notes about that. So one, the whole everything being gold gives me Spellbound Seductions
It
vibes.
does. Yeah,
that's
I
all I kept thinking about
it.
in the beginning when it was
Yeah.
just like gold palace, gold bars, gold person, like gold clothes and all that stuff.
Marigold, yeah, like everything she touches turns to gold, right?
Well, every person she touched.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I don't like that she's made of gold. Like, to me, it seems icky, and I tried looking up fan art for this because I was kind of just like, I wanted to see what other people saw. Because when I thought of it, I didn't think of, like, gold. I thought more of, like, gold paint. So I kept seeing, like, the crinkled, like, crusty paint on her arms. Like, that's all I kept picturing. And I'm like, that's not
I can see
cute.
that.
Like, no.
My thing that I, like, because later, they're, like, trying to wipe it off, thinking it's paint. Are her eyes also gold? Like, the whites of her eyes? Because I know it says, like, her, like, the color of her eyes is golden, but, like, what about the white of her eyes? And the people.
I don't know if it said anything about that.
Yeah, because
we can look at
that's just
art.
what I thought about. Yeah, because I'm like, okay, is there thinking she's painted gold, or her eyes also gold, or?
But the other thing I learned too is that reading it is apparently when she puts on clothes, the clothes automatically turn into gold.
Yeah, that are already golden, and they
Yeah.
like I know, like you mentioned, like some of her clothes had like golden thread and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the king made golden thread for the seamstresses for her dresses or whatever. So did you like King Midas or not?
This is a conversation I had with my man, by the way. Because I told him that I like a possessive male character in a book. And I had to explain to him, like, what I like about possessive male characters.
There's possessive and then there's controlling.
This guy's controlling.
Yes.
And I told him, like, this is a possessive male character, but it's icky. I had to explain why and break it down for him, like, why I didn't like it. But I do like a good possessive male character. That's not King Midas.
No,
like,
no. That was just straight up controlling.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Although, I will say one thing that he said that was really, really sweet. I'm trying to remember what happened. I think, who is it? King Folk?
Yeah, I said Folk. It's like the ugly, gross king.
Yeah.
Yeah, Folk.
So he was going to trade some of his women for army to help take down the 6th kingdom.
No.
Yes.
Folk wanted to sleep with Auren.
Well, he was going to
For
give
his army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's basically the same freaking thing.
No, because the thing is, there's Auren, the chosen, and then there's the other saddles.
Well, she was going to go with him. Like, she was going to go away.
She was pissed.
Well, yeah, I know that. But
Yeah.
still, my point is, he was going to give his women away for an army. But the only sweet thing that he actually said in this entire book was, I don't trade...
No.
I can't say that either.
I said a good king doesn't trade his army for lady bits.
I don't trade
Meow.
for armies, is what he said.
Yeah.
That's a direct quote, because I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Which,
I
honestly,
don't think it was multiple saddles, because Folk was already with the other saddles. I'm pretty sure it was just Arin.
no, he was trading a couple of them.
Another king came to visit and said he would lend Midas his army if he could have one knight with a golden saddle.
It doesn't matter. He's still trading
Still
women.
trading,
It's
yeah.
not cool.
Which is, come to find out, he wasn't actually going to do it, but he didn't tell anybody else that.
Hence why I thought the quote was sweet, like,
Yeah.
I don't trade
Meow.
for armies.
Yeah.
Like,
Essentially betrayed him and, took over his entire kingdom. Oh, how'd you feel when you found out that Midas is married?
still icky.
Yeah. No, that was super ick for me, yeah. Because, he's got all these saddles, but he's married.
One of the things I also hate about this book, the king's favored, so Auburn,
Yeah.
Auburn, can't do anything with anyone, and I absolutely hate that. Because it's just, you can't, and then, the whole, ride, I'm lucky, I'm so happy that they allowed her to ride on a horse and do stuff.
Yeah.
But, you can't joke with her, you can't hug her, you can't play with her,
Yeah.
you can't do anything with her.
Because he's not possessive, controlling.
And I don't like
treated
that.
her like property.
I don't like that.
But yeah, so he took over that kingdom, and he was gone for 2 weeks, and then he sent for all of his saddles, because he was I'm lonely. So it took them 2 weeks to get there.
He's not lonely, his pee-pee's lonely.
His pee-pee's lonely, yeah. So he wanted them to travel for 2 weeks for a good lay. Literally.
His Tinky Winky was lonely.
His Tinky Winky was lonely, yes. What are we gonna do without the Tinky Winky touch?
Poor thing.
But yeah, so that turned out great, because they were attacked by raiders.
You know what else? You know what wasn't great, though?
What?
They killed Sail.
I straight up sobbed. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna come back to life. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back and he's gonna be fine. That didn't happen. No, yeah, I cried.
Instead, they shoved his body on a post and, basically, used him as decoration.
Yeah, the front of the ship where there's, a mermaid. I think it's the mast.
That's not where he put... it was similar to that, but they didn't put him up there.
Yeah, I don't know. They're, using him, we got a sail. Is what it was. We finally have a sail, boys.
Yeah.
That's what he said, because his name was Sail. Yeah. I cried really hard.
I was
that.
really hoping that it would turn into,
super
a
hard.
romance where she would fall in love with him.
Yes, that's what I thought
that
was going to happen.
What was going to happen. And then they said, nope.
Yeah.
Die.
I know, because I'm just I'm waiting for those ACOTAR vibes to come in, and he died. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. Spoiler, Reason died a few times. So,
But he
no, he didn't come back. No, bro was already turning purple, and I'm just let him go, sis. But no, didn't she throw him overboard so they couldn't have him?
Yes.
Yeah. R.I.P.G. We should get James to send us a thing of him saying meow. You know what? Let me text him right now while I'm thinking about it.
He should just do a variety of different animal noises.
Yeah.
I don't know what to use them for, but meow is definitely for
Meow.
Yeah. Oh no, we need to get him to go "Pakak" when we're talking about James, send me a voice clip of you saying meow. Hi guys, so we couldn't get a hold of James, and he sucks for that, so instead we're going to use my daughter. Anytime you hear the super adorable meow, just know we in fact said female genitalia. Alright, can you come here?
Meow.
No, come here, baby. Right here. Come to this, right here, and say meow.
Meow.
Thank you. Good job. The fact that, okay, so y'all don't know James, some of you might, but the fact that we ask him to send us random voice things, and he just does it without asking.
Yes, he's a real one.
He's gonna send us a voice clip going meow, with no context. He's not gonna ask.
No, he won't just send us one. He'll send us 10.
12, yeah.
And just be you can pick which one you like the best.
Vote on your favorite, and then y'all just use that one.
And they're all labeled really weird because they're audio recordings.
Yeah.
And they're listed as Marriage Matters 27.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It is so funny though. I love him so much. Shout out to James if he ever listens to this podcast. Continue.
So speaking of
speaking of meow.
One of my least favorite phrases that was used in the book was said by Mr. Captain Fane. Okay. Remember him?
The raider.
Which he not the Ravenger, but the pirate.
Yeah.
But he referred to all the saddles, I think, or maybe it was just Auburn?
Auburn?
I'm not going to be able to pronounce it otherwise.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just Auburn as a No, it was Auburn. Because he was just like, this is what I'm going to do to you. And,
oh, yeah.
And he was like, you're just, until, like, I'm going to pump you with so much cum until you're just a cum-filled husk. And I'm like, ugh.
I know, that was...
Ew.
If Midas did not give me the ick,
That
for sure would have.
I think my man said the word husk the other day, and I was just like, don't say
Ah.
that word.
Ah.
It just gave me the ick. I was like, don't say it.
Don't say it.
I know you're referring to corn, but like, no.
Yeah. Anyways, so, yeah, about her...
Meow.
Meow.
I have 2 more notes.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Go for it.
So they're on a ship working, and King Rot, the Kingdom Midas attack, shows up for dinner.
Yep.
It really well.
Was it him or was it his, like, what do you call it?
It was
lieutenant.
It was the lieutenant at first, but then didn't Rot walk up too and was like, "Hey, bro, what's up?"
I don't remember. I just remember the lieutenant guy being like Faye.
Yeah.
And he had spikes.
It was the commander. Okay,
Yeah.
I wrote it down. So, yeah, so the commander shows up for dinner, and, you know, he's like, "What's up, bro? What you got for me?" And so the pirates sold the saddles to the general for King Rot. Captain decided, you know what, before the sale, before this transaction, I'm going to have a little bit of fun with Risa and Auburn, which is...
pronounced it Rissa.
Rissa? I said Risa. Rissa makes more sense because of Larissa.
Yeah.
So Rissa and Auburn, or Ritz Cracker and Auburn. So Ritz Cracker and Auburn have a little bit of history because, like, Risa was dancing and she was, like, really, really tired. She'd been dancing for hours. Nobody was even paying attention. So Auburn was like, "I'm going to help you out. Like, I'm going to get you out of the situation." She throws a book at her, meaning to get her to trip, accidentally hits her in the face, almost breaks her nose, gives her a black eye. So Rissa, at this point...
Ritz Cracker.
Hates her. Ritz Cracker hates Auburn. Like, just absolutely loathes her. Auburn decided she was going to help her out of the situation again and, like, used her ribbons to knock out the dude. And then they shoved him out the window.
With a lot of
because
struggle.
Auburn, because Auburn touched him and turned him into gold, and then Rissa was like, "You can do that?" Yeah, Ritz Cracker was like, "Dude."
I read a book. What book was it that I read?
A lot, honestly. Currently, I think it's double stuffed, isn't it?
No, it was.
Did you finish that one?
No, not yet. No, there was. I'm still on it. It's gotten weird, by the way. It was the one where, like, the girl, she touched the person and, like, basically disintegrated. Oh, no. It was that was stuffed. It was stuffed.
Was it? Because I'm sitting there thinking, like, I know, like, that sounds really familiar. But
Yeah, it was stuffed. Yeah, because the Pillow Man, he comes to life and he touches people, and that way he comes to life is he takes the life out of people.
Yeah.
So they disintegrate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I wish that would have happened instead of him turning into solid gold.
Yeah. It would have been easier to get rid of the body.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're like
just
trying
sweeping
to
under the rug.
Solid chunk of a man, balls out still and everything.
Were they even on water? Because they kept talking about snow.
Oh, it wasn't water, it was snow, yeah.
So he's just like...
Oh yeah, because I remember they're like, we're going to push him out and hopefully the snow will cover him up and no one else can come and see. I got a bone to pick with this lady, Auburn, because she let Ritz Cracker take it for a while first before she decided to do anything.
Yes.
Yeah, so like... wasn't it something he was like, "You're next," and then that's when she sprung into action? Like,
well, she was trying. I'm trying to remember.
I know she's sitting there trying to think of what to do, but like it went into a lot of detail about Ritz Cracker being on the receiving end of sexual assault.
Yeah.
So again, if that's a trigger warning of yours,
don't read this book.
Don't read it, and if you do, skip over that.
And like Ritz Cracker, because she's so used to being a saddle and pleasing people instead of being pleased herself, like she was trying to get into it and like, saying, like, moaning and saying, and he kept telling her, "Yes, daddy," and stuff like that. And
he kept telling her, "Shut up," because he's like, "I don't like my women making noise."
Yeah, I don't like that.
Really gross. Yeah, it was really gross. That just really rubbed me the wrong way.
I don't like it. I think that's why it took me forever to read it, because it was just like ick.
Yeah.
There's so much ick in this book.
And all the men were ick, but I really liked the character development with her, because like at the beginning of the book she's kind of meek. Towards the end she's like, okay, this is gonna happen, I'm gonna have to stand up and be a big girl about it.
I didn't really feel like there was that much character development.
I feel like it was good for a first book. Like, maybe introducing the kingdom, like, world building. Maybe a little bit much, but...
Yeah.
Because there are 5 books in this series.
I think 6, actually.
6? Okay. This book's been on my TBR for a while. I think I was actually the one that mentioned reading this one.
You mentioned it, and I'm like, that actually does look interesting, and I put it on my TBR.
Yeah. There are 6 books.
Okay. I was just about to look that up.
So, yeah. I plan on reading the rest of them, because, like, I really enjoy this book, Sexual Assault aside.
I'm debating on it. We'll get to that a little later.
Yeah. So, 2 notes. My last 2 notes. She told the commander she knows what he is. He says he knows what she is, too. But that's where I left off. Like, super, super cliffhanger. Yeah. So, like, that's why I'm reading the next one. At least just to figure out what they are. But I like cliffhangers, but at the same time, I don't. Because, like, they just make me so mad. But also, I want to continue reading. So, like, I get it. But sometimes they really make me angry. Because I was like, I finished it and I was like, wait, where's the rest of it? My last note is Daddy Midas be mad. That was it. That's my last note. Yeah, because he, like, got word that they were kidnapped.
I just wrote down 2 titles for this possible episode.
Okay, what are they?
Ritz Cracker and Auburn.
Yeah.
Or Daddy Midas be mad.
Daddy Midas be mad. I kind of like Daddy Midas be mad.
Me too.
Yeah.
So my last 2, well, I mean, guess backpedaling a little bit. Been waiting all this time for Auburn to fight back, and it took, like, literally the entire book for her to actually literally do something, because she's just, like, there.
Yeah.
And she's just present, and she's just letting everybody else handle it. And it's like, I like the badass woman who can handle themselves.
Yes, I was gonna say, like, I really hope the rest of the series, she gets more, like, big britches, and decides to actually do something.
And then my other note, which I guess I would hope for the rest of the series, was that Ravenger's army, so King Rot, is actually saving them and not about to go and abuse them like literally everybody else.
Really hope so. Yeah.
Because that would suck.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
No, I don't hope for the abuse. I hope for the let's be good people. Kind of like A Court of Thorns and Roses. How everyone hates reason, rye bread. And yeah, they're just like, okay, well, he is over the Court of Nightmares, which is kind of true, but not really. So,
yeah. I mean, now I like thinking about it, like, yeah, that's where I can see the, like, ACOTAR vibe.
Yeah.
But
I really hope. Like, what if she falls in love with King Rot?
I think she's gonna fall in love with Ravenger. Or
the commander?
The commander, yeah.
That also would be, like, really cool. What did you rate it?
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
I debated on whether or not 3 was actually really generous.
Really?
I think
like this good. Like, I really liked the storyline. The only thing that I didn't like was obviously the grape aspect of it.
Yeah.
So
I like how we said rape this entire time, and now you're suddenly saying
I
rape.
know, right? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I was thinking, I'm like, maybe that's not a good word, but I don't think it's a bad word.
No.
I mean, we're already changing meow, so, like...
yeah, no, I gave it a 3 out of 5, which I was debating on whether or not that was being too generous. Because, like, for me, this book was so slow.
Was it?
I dragged. I could not get myself to sit down and read it.
For me, I couldn't stop reading it.
No,
and, like, even when I wasn't reading it, it was, like, stuck in my mind.
No, not for me.
So, like, my notes are unputdownable and captivating. Because I just couldn't stop thinking about it.
No, like, get you a man who's like mine, who, like, will ask you how your book's going. Like, he asked for a list of all the books we're going to be reading.
So I need to divorce my husband and find someone else, essentially.
Maybe.
No,
but, like, he asked, he's just like, so, how's the book going? And, like, I'm like, I have not made any progress.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't get into it. I don't like it. And he's like, what if you just cliff note it? And I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah,
like,
no.
the podcast host of me, like, can't do that. Seeing that it's part of a series, it might just be meant more to establish things, which makes sense, but I felt like absolutely nothing happened the entire book.
Yeah, it was
like, there was nothing. Like, there's no point to it.
Yeah, this is the girl, this is the guy that owns him, he's pretty icky, this is what happens, she finally makes her first friend, he dies, and now she's in the hands of another guy.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, essentially.
I really liked it. Like, it was a really good world-building book. I mean, a lot of people DNF ACOTAR within the first 100 pages of the first one because I say it's too slow. So I'm kind of hoping that this also is like that, where it's, like, world-building the first book and the rest of them, it, like, really gets down to the nitty-gritty, you know?
My last little thing is kind of disappointing. Because I had high hopes for it. Because it looks, the cover's pretty and all that stuff.
It is very pretty.
And for me, it just didn't hit.
Do you want me to read the second one and let you know how it is?
Sure. I would, like, my man was asking me, he's like, so do you think you're going to read the rest of the series? And I'm like, I think I might have to. This one, I might have to, but I don't know if I will.
Yeah. I'm going to, but, like, if I think it's worth it, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I think you're having fun with your double stuffed. So.
And my 450 plus TBR list. So,
yeah,
you know.
really, honestly. I mean, I need to get a picture of all my TBR and post it on Instagram just so everyone can know that I'm not crazy when I'm talking about how big my TBR is. All right, well, I'm finished. If you are.
Same.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Bibliophiles Audio Files. You can reach us on our email at biblioaudiopod@gmail.com to email recommendations, or if you want to tell us how bad we suck, we'll take that too.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're an author and you would like to be interviewed, because we have done 4 or 5 now.
4 fixing to be 5.
4 fixing to be 5, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
We are absolutely loving getting to talk to all these authors and to kind of like pick their brain on being authors and books they wrote, books they like. So if you are a small author, or if you know one, or a big author, we're not picky. We like all sizes. Size does not matter to us.
The only time it matters is if you're lying about it.
That's true, yeah. Size matters if you're lying. But, you know, thankfully for the internet, you can rate everything now.
Email us, DM us.
Instagram.
Whatever works for you, sis.
Or bro.
Yeah, a bro. Or yeah, bro. Or non-binary.
Or
no
non-binary.
judge. Like,
yeah,
you know.
no judge.
Or,
yeah, there you go.
Instagram. At Biblio Audio Podcast. And then we also have a website, which is biblioaudiopod.com, which there's some fun things on there that I'm trying to catch up on. It's taken me 8 million freaking years.
I will eventually make merch. Still haven't done that yet.
We have some ideas.
We have like a lot of ideas, I think, but like we just have not done them yet.
Yes.
Because honestly, time and money.
I'm gonna be a little. I don't know what the word is. I've given you like 2 things that I like, or not, a couple things that I'm like, what do you think of this? And then you never responded to me. So
about the bookmarks,
yes,
I did.
No, you did not.
I said I was thinking about making something like that, and
No, you
it'd be cool. Yes, I did, girl. Look back on the text message and see.
It probably was on Snapchat, so it's probably gone.
It's definitely gone then.
Anyway,
yeah, I'm terrible at answering. Oh, but
we were talking about like 8 million things too. So.
We usually do, yeah. Well, thank you for joining us on this episode, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.